watch.
Nice.
Wow.
What kind of watch is that?
Man, me and Brez.
It's a Rollie.
Yeah.
Me and Brez were talking, man. Shaq got D-Fish. A Rolex. You got us like a bag of M&Ms last year. I mean,
But they had peanuts in it.
They did. They did.
Big difference.
In his last 4 games, you can see the numbers that AD has put up, and they're just ridiculous. 35 and 8, 63%. 2 blocks per game, Western Conference Player of the Week. Who cares about that? I was telling Tough Juice during the commercial break, he went up against Jokic, All-Star, Gobert, Defensive Player of the Year, Whiteside, considered a good big, Cat, Karl Anthony Towns, who's having the best year of his career, and he was barbecue chicken.
Just checking out that list that you write.
Cooking.
Yeah, look, putting on a demonstration, and I'll tell you why. It's because he's more athletic than some of the guys we just mentioned. He's more mobile than some of the guys we just mentioned, and his skill set is higher than some of the guys we just mentioned. And add that with playing alongside with LeBron James, those guys are going to be put and placed on an island every time they're guarding him, which equals you cannot stay in front of him.
Yeah, he might not be verbalizing it, and he it's not his style, but AD's sending a message to all the bigs and all the rest of the league
100%.
very silently, okay? I've been down in New Orleans. I've been an All-Star. I haven't won anything. I'm 26 years old, and I've seen LeBron. I've seen, KD. I've seen all this stuff. I'm one of those players, and I'm sending the message because it's not by accident. You go to Denver on a back-to-back night, and you fly into Utah, and you just kicking ass. You don't care who it is, okay? So he's sending the message early that you better be ready when I come into the gym.
Karl Anthony scored 27
IV.
IV. That was the
Don't
first
forget the IV.
That's right.
Yeah,
The Jokic game.
I'm going to send
Then
a
the next
message to
night.
take off my watch because I know Chris McGee is going to replace it for Christmas. So thanks, Chris.
Where'd you get that watch?
Timex coming your way.
Maybe so.
A little kid's watch. What do you got there, buddy?
It's a little Fitbit.
A little blood
My
pressure.
bad. So you running laps later? Or what's
Well, gift from my girlfriend.
that last year? Kelly.
Yeah, you get your
Such a nice
steps in.
lady.
She is.
Dropping on a knee this Christmas? Brad's going to get engaged?
Too soon.
Sorry, that's a lot of pressure
I'm
to put on
pondering.
my friend.
Welcome to the
Did you
family,
watch the
Kelly.
show?
I hope not. For your sake and mine.
Vucevic not playing tonight, going up against Jonathan Isaac as we segue from Bress's personal life back to the Lakers. Back to the Lakers. The top 2 shot blockers going at it tonight. Should be a fun matchup, and I think Anthony Davis silently maybe going to send a message again, isn't he, Big Game?
Yeah, because this guy, Isaac, he's leading the league in blocks. He's just one more, enemy in his mind that he has to erase. So I won't be surprised if he goes out and gets 5-6 blocks.
He's definitely going to protect the paint and do it in this efficient fashion. So, in order to win games on the road, you got to play excellent defense, and that will happen.
I'll tell you what, Jonathan Isaac, he's not going to be the biggest scorer in the game, but the fact that he can block shots like no one else in the league right now, it's pretty impressive what he's done in his second NBA season, I believe.
I marvel at your recovery.
You
Thank
are sweating over there.
By the way, Gobert had Gobert had 0 blocks in 2 games against Anthony Davis. Take your shot as Bress is excited. We're going to this one
nose running?
by your Southern California.
The house husbands of Spectrum Sports News.
Oh, man.
Can we go to
Could have run that
commercial?
on the 5.
Can we go to commercial?
Oh, the part up here.
Oh, James, you're taking KCP. He's still in the KCP is still in the starting lineup. Big Game, James.
You asked him that question. He said,
I'm going to hear about it as soon as we go off the air.
yeah, KCP is my man. He has stepped in since Bradley has been out. After struggling a little bit at the beginning of the season. A little conversation with LeBron, and he has really performed well, hitting big shots, doing well on the defensive end. And
Caron Butler really going out on a limb here. He's going with Anthony Davis.
Oh, yeah, my spider senses this led me to this decision right here. And, look, he's playing at an amazing clip. Offensively, defensively, I think he's going to put on a demonstration.
Yeah. Brez?
Dwight Howard. Who are the Orlando centers now that Vucevic is not playing? I'll answer that. Kem Birch and Mo Bamba. So
Mo Bamba!
I'm not expecting greatness from
Who was
those
that
guys
first name?
tonight.
Ken?
Kem Birch.
I thought you said Kelly again. I thought you said Kelly.
Bamba had to shave his head because his Longhorns lost to Shaq's LSU Tigers.
Can we please go to
Don't bet
commercial?
with Shaq.
Size
Time to
five.
get you to Orlando. Phil McDonald and Stu Lance have the call. A game. LeBron is really, really strong at this game of basketball, Brez. Let's go back to Orlando. Allie Clifton is there with more on LeBron James. Hi.
Hi, I couldn't follow that up. I'm sorry, I tried. Yeah, let's dive into it. The one thing we know about this Lakers squad approaching Game 25 is that they're very close. They're a very close group. The camaraderie is at a very high level, both on and off the floor. When it comes to off the floor, all you have to do is look at social media. It tells the story. They're taking photos on the team plane. They're going on rare off days to ugly sweater parties in support of their big fella, JaVale McGee. But when it comes to on the court, we know it starts with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. So, by the way, in case you didn't know, they were the first Laker duo since 2003 when Kobe and Shaq did it to combine for 70-plus points in back-to-back games. It's an incredible accomplishment. That's why it hasn't been done since 2003. But I think what's more telling is the way LeBron James digests that exact accomplishment.
You starting to feel like a Laker?
I am a Laker. I'm definitely a Laker. I feel it, and I'm happy as hell to be one.
You and Anthony Davis became the first pair of Laker teammates since Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant to go 70-plus points in back-to-back games. You know the history of the game. You know the history of that franchise. What does that mean to you?
I mean, for me, Dave, I think you've had conversations with me. Anytime I'm able to be linked with the greats, myself and AD, to be linked with Kobe and Shaq, I think along that process, along that journey, you sit back and you're like, wow. Because when we're in it, we have no idea. We had no idea what we were doing. We're just trying to win ball games, put ourselves in a position where our teammates feed off us. But when you have moments like that throughout a season or throughout your career, sometimes you're able to sit back and appreciate it. Sometimes you're not. But to hear it from you and to see it, it's pretty cool. And I mean, we love our team. It starts with me and AD both on and off the floor, how our approach is both on and off the floor, and it trickles down to everybody else. But everyone is an MVP. Everyone has a role on our team, and everyone's accepting their role and being an MVP in their role, and you can't ask for more than that.
So now it's only a matter of time to see whether or not that streak continues to 3 games in a row. Of course, you know, in that first game against Portland, they hit the 70 mark right on the head. And then, as you mentioned at the top of the show, it took a 50-32 performance to do it again to reach 82. But there is no denying just how connected and efficient LeBron James and Anthony Davis are right now. And as LeBron just mentioned, it's all about the team, and it has certainly trickled down to the rest of the team. It's made for a great, fun start. Skeet?
By the way, Allie, we were given stats earlier, and we were talking about things that haven't been done since 1972. What do you know about the 70s?
That's the time that I want to travel back to when I got asked to do like a time travel.
Yes. We often say, Allie's much younger. She did not get
minus
any part
20 in
of the 70s at all. But I like that answer. If you had to go back, she'd go back to the 70s. I appreciate
I'm going to
that.
the 70s.
Yeah. Good job, Allie.
Happy to have you.
I think I go back to the 90s. I really enjoyed it.
90s were the best.
Yeah, I was in college.
Pearl Jam and
Yeah, they're underrated. Breakdancing.
I just want to pull
Late
up
80s.
at the Regal Beagle.
Yeah, Regal Beagle. Actually, I'd like to go back to the 70s and no big game. That's what I would like to do.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. LeBron said, I'm a Laker, and I'm happy as hell to be one. I think Laker fans love hearing that. I'm not sure if they knew that or felt that a year ago. What do you think that means to hear those words for the fans, Big Game James?
Well, I think it means a lot because, fans want you to be connected to them. If you're on the team, you're connected to the neighborhoods throughout Southern California. When you go to the grocery store, the movie theaters, you're connected. So I think people love to hear that. And I know LeBron, even though he's won in Miami and Cleveland, they know greatness. They know this team has been great with Kobe and Shaq and the history. So for him, finally to arrive, all the other great ones have been here. Jerry Wells, Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem, Kobe, Shaq. So boom, here he is.
I thought it was just great just to see him, say that for numerous reasons. But before, it was tough to do that just because the nature of the season. You're losing games, and it's tough to get out there in public and go through that whole process. But now he's having fun, championship built. It's time to go.
And Karan, he didn't have a press conference welcoming him to L.A. And I think fans were always like, well, we want to jump in. Is he happy to be here? And so it was an interesting start, like you said, and then he got hurt.
Yeah, he's rolling with that momentum now.
Yeah, and now that he's actually winning, he really feels like a Laker, probably because he can see a championship in the horizon, potentially. You know, it's funny, some guys come through here as Lakers, and they just don't seem to match with the fabric. You know, you have Dwight the first time around. Man. That was a one and done. Glenn Rice, back in the Kobe Shaq years, he was here for a bit, and he won a title, but never quite seemed like he'd be a Laker for life. LeBron, it really seems like that's going to be the case.
Do you feel, Brez, like there's a similar vibe in the city to when Kobe and Shaq were winning championships now that you have AD and LeBron together?
Not yet, and it's not really fair to AD and LeBron, but Kobe and Shaq got here in '96. Yeah. You saw Kobe grow up before your very eyes.
They built a few years together before.
Exactly. And then in 2000, they finally won that first title together. Shaq, we already knew what he could do in Orlando when he signed on the dotted line with the Lakers. So there's just more time in history. There was more time in history with Kobe and Shaq before they won it all. But I think people are happy. They're kind of like, oh, what's this? You know, just kind of an unexpected surprise with AD and LeBron being 21-3 with the Lakers right now.
Last time the Lakers had the best duo in basketball. I think so. It is reminiscent of
some good
what you're seeing with them. So that's how I look at it.
You agree?
Ditto.
We're getting closer to tip-off at Orlando. Aaron Gordon can dunk with the best of them despite